Electrocast.
Dollar bets. What up, everybody?
What's up? I got my whistle. I got
Z.
Z with the warp whistle. What's O doing?
O is watching baseball.
What the?
I can't believe it either.
That's where the swear jar. What the fuck? Oh, I was watching hoops. I mean baseball. I mean what?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. He's watching baseball.
Cleveland just knocked one right out of the park.
How many runs scored?
Just the one. But
Oh,
that thing
no.
was gone.
Cleveland can't close, man.
You could
Oh,
see it before he even hit the pitch.
I
That
predict
thing was
that Cleveland will still lose the
gone.
game.
We've got a very special sponsor for tonight's episode.
What's that?
Baskin Robbins is sponsoring this.
Do they know it?
I'll tell them later.
I had Baskin Robbins last night, I think. So, I mean, whatever ice cream was put before me, I ate it. I'm pretty sure it was Baskin Robbins. Dude, ice cream sponsors need to line up. We are the right people. I eat ice cream a lot, dude.
You know why they're sponsoring tonight?
Why?
This is our 31st episode.
Oh, that's clever. 31 flavors for 31 well-attended episodes. So we're consolidating our show tonight because it's leg day for O and it's no arms or leg day for Z, as in exercise, not as in I'd have no arms and legs. No worries if you do.
No legs.
If you do, you can still listen. So congrats.
Wait, name the movie that this line is from. I have no legs.
I don't know, man. No one's gonna know that.
No. Do you remember the movie Kids?
We're talking about Kids. The Larry Clark movie.
No, it was the Harmony Korine movie. It was all about the teenagers in New York City that
Yeah,
go
Larry
around
Clark-
partying and doing drugs.
Yeah,
and,
Larry Clark directed that, dude.
What's that?
Larry Clark directed that.
It's Harmony Korine.
It's Larry Clark. Dollar bet it's Larry Clark.
It's Harmony Korine.
It's not. It's Larry Clark. Larry Clark. You're making me look it up and screen cap it for you. All right. This is how our sports show is starting today. We're talking about the Larry Clark movie Kids.
AKA the Harmony Korine movie Kids.
Is that right? Oh, God damn, it's not working. Of course, my stuff isn't working properly when I have to prove you're a moron. You're not a moron. You're just wrong about Larry Clark. Kids, man. It's just the first thing that pops up with Larry Clark is Kids. 1995, Larry Clark, Kids. Give me $1.
Hold on.
Harmony Korine is in the movie, dude. Whoever that is, I don't know who that is. He wrote it and he directed it, man.
What's that?
He wrote it and directed it.
Who did?
Larry Clark.
No.
Yes. I Googled it. You're doubting my Google. All right. So this is why O lost his WNBA double or nothing bet, because he makes poor choices sometimes. Like doing leg day on episode day is brutal. He's going to pass out scratching the name Harmony Korine into his body at in 20 minutes.
Here, written by Harmony Korine.
Okay, well, it's a Larry Clark movie, dude.
No, it's...
He directed it.
It's a Harmony Korine movie.
Why? Because he wrote it.
He wrote it.
He did
It's
not
his
direct it.
baby.
It did not direct
When
it.
they were going through the whole talk show circuit, he was the one who was making all the appearances.
Okay, he directed
picked
it.
Larry Clark to direct it.
I thought we weren't gonna rant about anything today, or I guess I wasn't. But you incorrectly called
I
it
am
a.
defending my dollar.
You're defending your
We're
dollar.
gonna have to call this a draw.
I think it's a wash. I think it's a wash. This is gonna be a great episode though, because we're already talking about obscure 1995 indie movies that were NC-17, which is great.
Very controversial movie.
Yeah, this episode is NC-17, so we're just gonna say fuck again. We're gonna lose the sponsor for this episode only, but not signupexpert.com. Signupexpert.com. Thank you for those who have been checking out signupexpert.com /$bets. Will get his check at the end of the month if there's a check.
Give me my money.
Give O some money so he can skip leg day and eat more Baskin Robbins. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these things today. I'll lay it out in case you want to keep listening. The movie Kids, the Cleveland Browns, the woeful Cleveland Browns. Watching baseball and the power of a good city can have on your soul, good or bad. The future of football and who's going to win. Whether or not I should take flyers on dollar bets with on betting on the Bears or the Lions to go to the Super Bowl. Is the NFC good or should it be relegated? Is another topic we could talk about. So, dealer's choice. What should we talk about first? Should we do our picks first or should we do them later?
I just really need to. I know we said we're not going to rant, but I got to rant. I feel this heaviness in my heart.
What is it?
You know, obviously, team number one for me in college is Michigan State.
Yes.
But who's team number two?
Alabama.
Alabama's my second team. And I'm still upset about Alabama just didn't show up.
I mean, they showed up. What's his face? Ryan Williams showed up.
I think they lost that game because they overlooked an opponent. They did not take Vandy seriously.
And Vandy's good. They're just not great. You know? Like, Vandy...
They should not have been in the conversation with Alabama.
Well, Vandy's
Alabama
4-2, right?
Talent. They had... Going into that game, the Heisman frontrunner as their quarterback.
Okay, he played fine.
He's no longer the Heisman frontrunner.
He wasn't great, but he was fine. I mean,
did not play fine.
Their defense was the problem, dude. They had a Pac-12 defense. The coach is going to be if within 3 years it's going to be a disaster because if he doesn't recruit to the same level, there's no way in hell they'll get anywhere near the same level because Saban was the best football coach.
Yeah.
The best college coach probably ever.
Not even probably.
I mean, yeah, there's what, Bear Bryant?
With the parity that we have.
Yeah, there's Bear Bryant, and then there's, I mean, Kirby Smart's up there too. I mean, he's won 2 titles, and he almost made a third last year, and they might make it again. Well, you picked them to go, right?
How did they almost make it last year? They weren't even in the playoff last year.
Well, because they lost. They're undefeated, and they lost to Alabama, and then they were 5th. That's pretty much almost. That's an almost. And they beat a team without a quarterback by 56 points last year, right? In the bowl game.
Yeah.
So they're almost. They were definitely better than Washington and probably better than Texas and the team that supposedly won. But Alabama beat them. They're not unbeatable, Georgia, because I know Carson Beck's a pro prospect, but I don't think the quarterbacks this year are that special. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong.
Bad quarterback class.
But Caleb Williams was like nitpicking on him.
Carson Beck is at the top of that list at this point.
Well, he's projected as a top 15 pick everywhere I've seen, so yeah. At the very top, does it matter? I mean,
I've been looking at mock drafts. I'm just talking about from what I've seen.
Like with your eyes? I mean,
my own eyes.
Shedeur Sanders, like what does he look like with an offensive line? Maybe he's pretty damn good. I don't know. But I think morally and mentally, I don't know if I would back him. In a city like the Giants.
I don't think his talents will translate to the NFL.
He gets rid of the ball, but he has to because of that.
Is that going to go? It's going to go!
Home run for Tigers?
Tie game, baby.
Let's go. I told you Cleveland's going to lose, man. All Cleveland does is lose unless LeBron's there. The entirety of Cleveland's sports landscape depends on LeBron being there. And when they don't, they will lose in any fashion they see fit. They are the deciders.
The NBA offseason, can I get through a few more days without having to talk about LeBron?
You can change the name on the jersey or the stadium, but you can't change what losers the city is at sports. Losers. Detroit right now, by the way, is completely lapping them, and they still have the Pistons. So that tells you all you need to know about Cleveland, who sunk $230 million into a sociopath who stinks at football now. So good for them. That's classic Cleveland. Did I ever tell you about my movie idea yet?
About what?
my film idea that we're gonna, me and my writing partner are gonna get on. It's about the Browns, sort of. It's like basically what happens if these like fans of like loser fans of a loser place like just take things to the extreme and decide the only way the team will ever be good is if they take out the owner. And so it's basically going. It's like Celtic pride but like really dark, like but about the owner, and it's just like it's funny because you're like rooting for the Browns to be bad. Turns out to be really so that you can write about how bad the Browns are and how funny it would be is definitely very easy. So like when you say you don't like a certain team, and I'm like, we won't talk about why. You don't tell me, but you didn't want to bet on us for the other team because you're like, no, I just hate them because it's based on my heart. I'm like, yeah, but they're a pretty middling program. We won't say who it is, but it's like, why waste the energy of rooting against like the Cleveland Browns or before the last couple years the Lions or anything like the Bears in your case that you don't like? But it's like it's easy, so it's like it's not. It's just like, oh, they suck. Okay, they suck, but I don't need to like put energy into it, right? But you are putting energy into that team against that team that we won't mention, and I applaud you actually. I think it's great. I just hope that you don't do it too often because it sours it if you do it too often. Because I used to hate watch Michigan and the Packers, but I'm like, why am I watching either of these teams? What am I doing? It's just going to frustrate me. For every Appalachian State game or Green Bay screwing up in the playoffs again and again and again under both coaches and both, well, especially Rodgers. Favre did more winning, but why? Why am I doing this to myself? It's a sunny day. It's a sunny day. Like, I'm going to go outside and check the Packers score. Like, who are we kidding? Like, it's like ingrained and like, or then you bet against them or you, God forbid, you start betting on them and that's when they lose. That's a fissure in my soul and my psyche. I can't repair. Is there anything that you feel like that in sports has like fissured your psyche so much that you cannot repair it, no matter what happens?
I mean, seeing the cheaters win the national championship last year.
Oh,
cheating.
That happened? I thought in Dollar Bet's universe it did not happen, so you don't have to worry about that one.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no. Guess not.
Nothing? Yeah, because I think the Fab Five situation is like, because the rules change, it's like, just because something was wrong then, and it's like less wrong now, like that makes it like less wrong in general, I think. So I just like, oh, but you give it time and then they screw up again. They cheat again and again and again and again. Because it's an awful place for awful people to dwell.
Yeah. Listen, they've been cheating at things beyond the world of sports.
Yeah, they're bad news.
We're not going to get into...
Great hospital. Hey, great hospital, though. Best hospital. Great hospital, though. Good hospital if you need to go to a hospital. It's a good hospital.
Yeah, I would never go there.
You're not... you spite your own health to like... And you're so close to it. You're like within an hour.
In Washington County getting rushed to a hospital in an ambulance, I would tell them to take me to a different hospital.
Go to St. John's Hospital instead or something.
It's like, take me to Detroit.
Take me to Detroit City Hospital. Going to the Detroit City Hospital. Going to die in the Detroit City Hospital because it's 40 minutes away. Or whatever. Like, that's awesome, dude. I love that. Like, I try to throw them a bone and you like just like melt it in your broth of despair. I love it. I love that. That's great. So Michigan doesn't play this week. So we're gonna hang a loss on them anyways. Losers.
Can I just point out one thing though?
Yeah.
Real quick before we move on.
Of course.
Who did they play last weekend?
Washington.
And who did you predict to win?
I predicted nothing.
You can say it.
No, I did not. Remember what I requested to not bet on? I will refuse to bet on Michigan. So I thought, just for the ongoing season long 11-on-11 pool that we're in with each other, I took Michigan. Yes, because Washington sucks. They're not good this year. And
okay, but who won?
Washington won.
All right.
Washington has lost to Washington State and Rutgers, but they beat Michigan.
Yep, I knew they would.
Oh, that's a rematch of a game that allegedly was played. by two different coaches.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I did a little bit of research into those teams.
Okay.
And, I did my scouting report.
You did?
And this wasn't even a pick with my heart. This was a pick with my head that Washington was going to win. Despite all you're saying over and over that Washington sucks.
They do suck.
I believed Washington was going to win that game.
I mean, I really wish Michigan State played Washington and USC this year. And obviously UCLA. But they don't. USC is the softest team in the country. They're bad. Their coaching is poor. Their defensive coordinator is just better enough than the last one that it's just like, all right, we're going to be in the game and you're going to think we're going to win and then we're going to destroy your bet or we're going to destroy your... They have such a damn good fight song thing and it's just like, I tried to play it like twice on a YouTube like 10-hour loop. I'm playing this fight song in the fourth quarter against the Michigan game and the other to drown out the announcers and to psych myself up for my shitty bet. And it's just like, nope, the loss to Minnesota. A guy from Minnesota, player, does the celebration where he pretends he's brandishing a gun in his waist, gets a 15-yard penalty, and they still can't convert. Like, they still couldn't get a drive going at the end. He got through an interception in double coverage. And that's probably still a top 5 quarterback in college this year. This is not the year to need a quarterback if you're an NFL team. So who's out there that really whole ass needs a quarterback right now before we get to picks? Like, we alluded to talking about the future of football. And it's usually at the quarterback position and also now the wide receiver position with players such as Ryan Williams. Is it Jeremiah Smith for Ohio State?
Uh-huh.
Jeremiah Smith came out and said that him and Ryan Williams are the best receivers. I would agree. They're heads and shoulders above guys like Burden, who's also really good. But like those guys are ridiculous. Ryan Williams had another ridiculous catch.
You know what? They're not draft eligible for 2 more years after this year.
Is Smith a freshman or red? Yeah, he wouldn't be a redshirt at Ohio State. He's a freshman too?
17 years old.
Jeremiah Smith is 17? I thought just Ryan Williams was 17.
No, I think they're both 17-year-olds.
Dang, dude. Oh, I'm not. I already Googled Larry Clark and kids. I'm not looking up another kid.
You worried about your Google?
No. I mean, it's like there was a player.
I'm going to tell Raquel to take a look at your search history when you're not home.
There was a player that just committed MSU, and I met him. I met the player that committed MSU today, and it's just like, it was funny because I was at the desk at the place I work at, and he came in, to work out or to shoot or something. I was like, oh, hey, and I saw his name. I figured who it was before his name. But what did I not say? I did not say, come to Michigan State. I did not. I held back. Did I want to? Yeah, obviously. I mean, it was it's kind of the sports fan equivalent of like you see like a cute girl or something, or you're like, oh, don't say anything weird, and with all of your energy you want to be like say something creepy and weird just to see if it worked.
I'm gonna give you credit because I would not have been able to.
No, definitely not. You would have been like, hey man, you got to come in, and then like
I would have been packing his bags for East Lansing.
He would have been packing his bags for somewhere else. Because we were intense, and I was like, I dumbed it down. I was like, oh, have a good one. And I'm like, oh, come to Michigan State. Where did this athlete decide to go? Michigan State.
Tell them, Z, where did he go?
Michigan State. Come to Michigan State.
That's right.
It's like recruiting with not recruiting.
Recruit for the 2025 class.
Yeah, I had access to them, and I behaved myself, and I feel good about that. It's like, how sad is it when you feel good about restraining yourself around, like, high school athletes to tell them not to go? Like, I'm not a bag man. I got no bag. And it's like, but I'm like, hey, it's a pretty good place if you want to be an alumni that's connected in a lifelong situation. And, like, sure enough, like, he cited something like that anyways on his commitment, like, interview. I'm like, let's go! I had the good read on it and everything, and I still restrained myself.
The story, you didn't have to restrain yourself. You could have said all the things.
I should have said all the things. I'm like, hey, it's actually better to be an alumni than a student there because it's great. It's like a cult, but it's like better than a cult because everyone's really nice and there's no creepy stuff. I mean, there's a little creepy stuff, but it's not that much creepy stuff.
Yeah. And you don't die from the Kool-Aid.
You don't drive from the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid's the best. The Kool-Aid convinces you to, like,
Kool-Aid,
before the season. Oh, green Kool-Aid's the best. We're excited, and we almost did a bit. It was like, convince me to get excited about 6-6. Like, move the goalposts way back and let me do this. And I still think MSU is going to be a lot better than 6-6 at football. And like, it's admittedly funny game. We played two hard ass teams, arguably the best two teams in the country, and and they're playing each other on Saturday.
Arguably the two best in the conference.
The only team I think that might be better than either of those two teams is Texas. But Texas has not played anybody. They played Michigan, who sucks, and they played.
So they've got a challenge this week, but I think that they should win that game.
Oklahoma's missing a player.
First ever SEC version of the Red River Shootout.
Yeah. Should be fun.
I'd like Texas in that game. So
yeah, I like Texas too. We took Texas in that. I think Oregon's gonna win, and we dollar betted it, didn't we? Yes, we did.
We did. Yeah. Let's run down the list, right?
We our list of
the
one.
You didn't take whoever's playing Alabama.
Well, that was extra.
South Carolina.
That was an extra thing that you put an extra row in there.
Yeah, I did.
I sniffed it out and I got rid of it. And I didn't get rid of it exactly. I'll highlight it later. Yeah, we're the same. College 11 this week is Utah at Arizona State, Wisconsin at Rutgers, Texas Red River Shootout, Penn State at USC, Arizona at BYU, Ohio State at Oregon, the game of the day, I think. Ole Miss at LSU, another really good one. Iowa State at West Virginia, K-State at Colorado, Vanderbilt at Kentucky, and Cal at Pitt. So we took Utah, Wisconsin, Texas, Penn State, BYU, Ole Miss, Iowa State, and Pitt together. And that left 3 games. One we're not betting on, Colorado, Kansas State. You took Colorado and I took Kansas State. I didn't want to. Kansas State looked really shitty against BYU. But it was on the road, which is this. This is on the road too. But is Colorado a tough place to play? I don't know. Let's see. Vandy and Kentucky.
The only thing that's tough about playing at Colorado is the elevation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You took Kentucky. I like Vanderbilt's quarterback. I think their coach is exquisite. That wasn't that fluky that they won that game, actually. I watched it, and it was like they belonged on the field. And it's not like Ryan Williams wasn't doing Ryan Williams things in that game. It's just like
he did his things.
The Vanderbilt coach and the quarterback were just in sync with each other. I mean, they scored a 4th and 1. Like, you saw that deep ball they threw on 4th and 1, right? That was freaking. They went for it in every facet. They tore those goalposts down, and they owe $100,000 to Alabama. But yeah,
what do they owe the money to Alabama for?
Because there's a new SEC rule for when you like endanger the other team's players or something.
Oh, why did they tear down the goalpost while Bama was still on the field?
Well, yeah, they were probably moping off the field because you just got whole ass beat by Vandy. So
yeah, I think Alabama should have to pay for not getting the hell out of the way of that celebration.
I mean, that's kind of ridiculous.
By the way, I hate the rule that they charge schools when the student section runs on the field. I absolutely hate that rule. Let the college kids party.
I mean, yeah.
I'll never change my mind on that.
I think that they just need to get the players and other teams safely off and like delay the party.
I don't have a problem.
I agree.
2-minute grace period to get the players off.
2 minutes. Got 2 minutes. 2 minute warning. 2 minute warning. These motherfuckers MFers are gonna stomp the field.
Yeah, let college kids run the field.
I think football is easier to control.
I don't care if it's Alabama's players or Alabama's fans running on the field in a home game against some small school. You're in college, go have a good time, run on the field.
What about basketball, though? Because basketball it actually is more dangerous because Duke players will try to trip you and then they get hit.
Oh, no, Grayson Allen's not playing there anymore.
No, it was Filipowski, wasn't it?
Grayson Allen was just...
No, one of the Duke players, I think it was Filipowski, pushed the guy.
Talking about.
Yeah, he pushed
but same thing. You have that grace period where you
need a longer...
the visiting team's players get off the court.
I think you skip the hand... I think they just need to get rid of the handshake in basketball, and then that'll be a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know what? Handshake should only be for hockey. Get off the goddamn field when you lose, otherwise.
How great would it be if the fans got to run on the ice?
Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Oh! Oh head's bleeding everywhere. And then octopuses are coming down and... Dude, do you remember Scotty B bringing an octopus to the freaking bar?
Yeah, all the time.
He did it more than once?
He did it for all the Red Wing hockey games.
No, he didn't.
Playoff games, rather.
No, he didn't.
He definitely did it more than once.
That guy was a psycho. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What?
But enough about Scotty B.
Okay.
Scotty B, hope you're listening.
Scotty B, hope you're listening. That was cool when you brought a dead octopus to a sports bar. That's like cheesehead to the 9th degree, man.
Listen, that's how you be a fan of the Red Wings. By the way, the Red Wings have their opener tonight.
Good. I hope they lose 9-0 forever.
Forever?
Yeah, I don't like them.
All right.
I told you I only like Detroit.
Get going in just a few minutes. They're hosting Pittsburgh.
Detroit. Oh, okay. Well, then go Red Wings against Pittsburgh. But Detroit Tigers, love them. Lions, depends on the day. I'm critical of their scheme sometimes, but they have really good players and a really good head coach and a pretty darn good offense coordinator. That's all I'll say about their running game is exquisite. All they got to do is mask Goff's deficiencies, which he didn't have the other day because they were properly... Mask was on. Halloween style, baby. Lions, baby. Okay, so we're going to talk about value bets right now, right? So we were talking about Super Bowl value bets, and the Lions are still like 10-1. I really like that. I still think that the Chiefs are just so good that it's tough to see the Lions winning more than 3 or 4 out of 10 against them. So it's like, what's the best value? I think it's taking them to win the NFC right now. There are 3 teams I'm looking at.
Well, so hold on a second, just real quick on that.
Okay.
Due to Minnesota's hot 5-0 start, Minnesota is actually the favorite to win that division. Would you take that action on the Lions to win the division?
I would take the field because the Bears and Packers are still there. The Packers don't look like a division champ. The Bears have that front-end schedule that they really can get. If they go 4-2 in the division, they're very likely the division champs because of their front-loaded, front-unloaded schedule, I should say. They're 3-2. They play Jacksonville and London. Then they have a bye. They got Washington. It's gonna be a tough one in Washington, but it's a toss-up game because Washington hasn't played a team with a good defense yet, and they won't this week in the Ravens. Then they face Arizona and New England, and then the last 8 games, 6 division games in the brutal NFC North at San Francisco and home in Seattle. Those are their 8 games, so they really have to realistically go 6-3 and then 4-4 to be safely in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens, but they're not.
How do you feel about that happening?
I think they're going to make the playoffs. I think the Packers are not going to make the playoffs. I think the Lions are going to make the playoffs and still win the division. I think either the Vikings fall off and get to the 5 seed, or they go. I would not take the Lions or Vikings per se to win. If you gave me the field versus the Vikings, I would 100% take the field.
Yeah, but you can't do that at a sports book. You can't say, I'm betting that Minnesota will not win the division.
Yeah, you can. Depends, because you can take the field on a futures bet. Like in March Madness, for example, you can take the field. They usually typically do it when there's an overwhelming favorite. Is something they like to do is just to drum up more business, right? But I do think I saw that Vikings-Jets game. I saw most of it, and I was not that impressed. Maybe the Jets are a team that just mucks it up for you, but a team of that type of turmoil, and then you still needed a garbage pass route where the guy wasn't even looking. At this point, Mike Williams is not a factor, and why you're having him even running that route in that situation, I don't know. That's why you're Hackett and Nathaniel Hackett or whatever his name is, and he's demoted now. The coach is fired. He's demoted.
Yeah, he couldn't hack it.
He couldn't. Oh, he's so bad, dude. He's the worst. He was the worst. There are some truly bad offensive minds out there. He's one of them. The guy that's at the Raiders now that was on the Bears staff last year, putrid. I for some reason I have a block against his name, so I won't even look it up again. I won't say it. He's garbage. He's horrible. But then you look when you're the Lions. It's the Lions have to have a really good succession plan for when they win the title, I'll say win for you. Ben Johnson's obviously going to, like, Campbell's not quitting. He's not moving on to other pastures. Lions are the greenest pasture on earth, right? So, like, he's a lifer at that job, I think. So where does Ben Johnson go, right? Doesn't matter. Not your problem. What becomes the problem is, like, how do you replace it? Like, how do you have that long term? This is a job you take to get to that next level because you had to be good enough to get this job because it became a plum job, right? And that's what Ben Johnson and Campbell are doing to the city of Detroit, the world of Detroit. And, I mean, I heard, like, the Bears, for example, had, like, it leaked out that, like, they tried to get Brady, but they, like, lowballed him and stuff. It's like, oh, that's so embarrassing. Why would you even admit that right now? Like, you're rolling. Forget it. It's over. Like, I'd rather have Caleb Williams than 1 year of Brady where he wouldn't have won the Super Bowl anyways because it was the Bears. They had Matt Nagy. Like, Matt Nagy is like, the Chiefs situation with Andy Reid and Mahomes is so... It's such a turnstile of, like, let's just everybody comes in and wins. Like, Matt Nagy, like, of course you win with Matt Nagy because that's the only situation Matt Nagy couldn't win a Nerf war against his kids. He's so bad, dude. He was so bad. He had one good run for one season, and the double doink flat out broke him. Just broke him. It broke me, but I got back up. Matt Nagy did not get back up. He coached there 3 more years, and he was a suck. And he sucked. And now he's back, and he's going to the Chiefs. He's getting Super Bowl rings. Good for him. Good for him. That's nice. Okay.
So, since you just brought it up, though.
Yeah.
Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Best coach in the NFL right now, right? Hands down.
Right now, yeah. I think he's probably top 3, top 5 ever.
Yeah, and Mahomes is obviously best quarterback in the league right now, hands down.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. And this is coming, they're a dynasty at this point. This is coming on the heels of the dynasty of Brady and Belichick, which you could say both of them were also number 1 QB, number 1 coach.
Yeah, I think, honestly, Andy Reid's probably number 2 all time, and Mahomes is number 2 all time already. That's what I'll say.
What other examples have we had, primarily in football, but we can look at all 4 major sports, where we've had the best player and, well, skip the NBA, but the best player and the best coach together?
How can you, NBA coaching is
obviously you got all the Phil Jackson examples.
Well, yeah, it's so only the only example is Phil Jackson because it's like he mastered Shaq Kobe situation and Jordan, and it's just like, yeah, is it easy to coach and win a lot of games with them? Yeah, but to do it for that long without it blowing up in your face, even when you add a Rodman or you had the Shaq Kobe situation, when quite frankly the rest of that roster wasn't that great, it was fine, but you had Shaq and Kobe. You had Jordan and Pippen and a decent roster. He managed that. I would say him, yeah. But it used to be like, oh yeah, of course I didn't like the Lakers then, so it was like with Shaq and Kobe. So it's like, yeah, you just walk in and it's easy. It's a you just turn the lights on. But it's more than that psychologically because these people were like not necessarily Shaq. I mean, Shaq had an ego, but like Kobe and Jordan were essentially psychos out there. Like.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and do I relate to both of them? Yes, 100%. I'm a competitive person. It's like you can get that mentality without the Mamba mentality or the Jordan mind without having the Jordan or Kobe talent, which is me.
I think I would be in that category too.
I would 100% agree with that. It's just like I'm pretty sure when you say, "Oh, I want to play soccer," it's like you're doing soccer at them and they're along for the ride for recreation. Is what my mind pictures. And I treasure that image. I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
Dude, I had a game the other night. We were playing on an indoor boarded field, so it's basically a hockey rink.
Yeah, those are awesome. Do you check somebody?
Defense, the ball went in towards the corner.
Oh, no.
On defense, there's a guy from the other team who's just a giant of a man. And we're both coming from slightly different angles, running for this ball as hard as we can. I get just in front of him and just step right in front of him to cut him off, but I totally put him into the boards.
I love it because we're like the same size, but like you're fit and I'm like post fit, I should say, because of like I'm strong.
You got the dad bod going on.
I got the I'm like Uncle Bod because like I definitely have some strength. Like it's just like it's because I used to work out and it like refurbished my body in other ways, redistributed, and my weight is like all in my thighs and hips and my shoulders, like all of it. And it's just like I'm powerful, man. I'm a powerful man. So I relate to that story. I feel like you're my avatar and I'm yours when we play sports ball that we shouldn't be playing. It's great. And that's how we feel about a lot of things. And so we relate to these competitors, these athletes that these coaches that really go for it, like Izzo, and like Izzo's a hero of ours. And Dan Campbell's pretty damn good at this point. I mean, I think like when you get to this point where you're like you have the talent and the roster and the cohesion where you don't have to take as many risks. That's the point where it becomes like, okay, we're not quite the favorite versus the Chiefs, but we're definitely the favorite in a down NFC because the NFC is down. The NFC is down. So our bet is take some on the Lions and sprinkle in either. I still think Dallas or Chicago have the best shot to unseat them, because at the odds that they have, because Dallas has Dak and Lamb, and Detroit can't stop the pass very well, at least right now. It's early in the season, right?
Find out in a few days.
It's early in the season. Yeah, I took Dallas and you took Detroit. I think that's going to be the game of the day, honestly. Game of the weekend.
By the way, the Tigers just took the lead.
Let's go, Tigers!
It's 3-2 in the bottom of the sixth.
Let's go, Tigers, man.
We still got a runners on the corners.
How many outs? 2?
2 outs.
Ooh, keep me posted. Keep our listener posted, them Tigers. I should have put something on it because I called Mets, Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers as the Final Four, like before the playoffs started. So
well, you got the Mets. Looks like you're gonna get the Yanks. I don't want to say anything about the Tigers, but Dodgers are down, right? It's the odds over there.
It's 2-2. It's going back to the LA tonight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or no, LA. It's tomorrow. The game's tomorrow.
Game 5 is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be intense, man. Dude, those Los Dodgers fans are intense, dude.
Is it at Dodger Stadium?
It's at Dodger Stadium.
All right.
I'm sure a Raiders or Giants fan will get in fight and kill somebody while at the Dodgers game. That's just what happens.
Dear FCC, we're not actually betting on that one.
No, we don't want it to happen. Oh my God, the FCC won't let me be. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-ba-dum.
Hit by a pitch, we got the bases juiced.
Ooh, we're gonna do we're gonna make our picks.
Is that what they say?
They do say it. They do say it. We're gonna this exciting live baseball that's not live once you hear this moment is brought to you by teasing us with his baseball excitement, because I personally don't want to have to do shows in the summer that are only about baseball. I'd rather talk about the other sports that don't have 100,000 games. But I do. Baseball is my first love.
Competition is going on that summer.
Exactly. But I'm excited that he's in his hometown Detroit City team right now because it's fun. It can be fun. Playoff baseball's fun. What happened?
All right. Well, they got the run.
All right, they got the run. All right, so we'll get to the games that we the games that we disagree on in NFL. We'll go to all the picks. We got Seattle tonight over the Niners. They're underdogs, but we think they get it done. I got Bears. He's got Jaguars for some reason.
Because they're playing the Bears.
It's out of spite. I hope I win by exactly.
I promised you I will take whoever's playing the Bears every game this year just to have a dollar bet against you.
I love it. I'm not going to take the Bears every week unless they show that they're like an every week winner, but I'm taking them until they play at least like Detroit on Thanksgiving. I think that's their first division game. It might be Detroit on Thanksgiving. The Cardinals at Packers.
Crazy schedule.
It's a crazy schedule. Cardinals at Packers. I got the Packers. I just feel like they have Reed, man. Jayden Reed's awesome. Colts Titans. I took the Colts. You took the Titans, so that's a dollar bet.
So it's both bad teams. I decided to go with the homers.
Yeah. Texans and Patriots. We took the Texans against the Drake Mays. Bucks and Saints. I went with the Bucks. You got the Saints.
That's a quarterback switch, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's going to be Drake May's first start?
Yeah, and then Spencer Rattler is starting for the Saints.
Yep.
So you took the Saints. So I like that. Bucks for me. That's another dollar bet. Eagles Browns. We already talked to Browns a little bit. Terrible franchise. Terrible fans. They stink. You stink. Okay. Ravens. I mean, your team should move again, is what I'm saying. They should definitely move again. Why not? Why not help that truck stop billionaire just moves to another truck stop city?
Where should they go next?
What's a good truck stop city they can move to? Gary? What?
It is not a good truck stop.
It's not a good city for a truck stop? It's on a highway, isn't it? All you have to do is have a highway and you're a truck stop city.
Yeah, but it's not a good truck stop city. Gary stinks. It's like the smelliest city in the country.
Well, they got the smelliest franchise.
All Gary listeners out there, but
we lost every Gary and every Cleveland listener.
No, I mean it is like 100% industrial there.
Hell yeah!
There's just an odor to that place.
How about the Gary Greasers? The Cleveland
Browns have an open stadium in that city.
The Cleveland Browns have to go in a dome stadium to play as the Gary Greasers. The Browns are moving to Gary. Guess what? You're moving again, losers. For second time in 30 years, your team moves.
Let's send them to Barstow.
Where's that?
That's on the freeway, about halfway between LA and Vegas.
How about the Bakersfield boners or something? I don't know. What's it? All right.
I don't think you can say that word. That's another $1.
We can say boners. All right. So what's a better? How about the? We're just shitting on places. Stockton. What's Stockton known for?
Stockton?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Stockton known for anything? John Stockton? Is that where he's
No,
from?
Stockton, California, man. It's not good. Yeah, somewhere like Bakersfield Boners or Stockton Stockades. I don't know. What is there a place in like? Because it can't be Salt Lake. That's like people want to go there, right?
Salt Lake's awesome.
It's nice there, right? Okay, so where's another? We're gonna talk about where the Browns are moving. We're not gonna do the rest of our picks. We don't care. We're talking about the Browns moving.
Oh come on, we'll be done with the picks in 2 seconds. You had 2 more lines to go.
I did? Okay, all right. Hold on.
No, you have like 5.
Then I'll get back to the
We're
Browns.
both taking the Steelers over the Raiders.
Yeah. Steelers with the Raiders.
$1 bet in my game.
Ravens and
at Cowboys.
Yeah, you forgot the game of the second game of the week. The Commanders and Ravens. We both took the Ravens though.
Oh.
I think that'll be close. Yeah, Steelers, Broncos. We took Broncos because we hate Harbaugh though.
True.
Lions and Cowboys. I took the home team. Yeah, I think that'll be a really good game. So I'm willing to lose $1 on that.
And I took my team.
Falcons.
In the
yeah.
Dan Skipper revenge game.
Bengals and Giants. I took the Giants. I guess your assertion is that Burrow is just too evil Soviet-looking Burrow with his blonde hair. His dyed blonde hair is too much, right?
I don't have faith in the Giants.
No one does.
Even at home.
They won last week. They dominated the Seahawks, man. Completely dominated them.
Yeah, that was a Lions hangover, though.
Yeah, probably. I mean, when you give up, like,
no, every
perfect game.
team that has played the Lions this year, the next week, they have gotten blown up.
Well, it's not going to happen this week because they played nobody, so the Lions are going to get blown up.
All they did was
practice then. No, they'll lose. I think the Lions will lose 30 to 24. 30 to 27. 30 to 27.
Say the Lions by 2 touchdowns.
Oh.
And then whoever the Cowboys play next week is just going to absolutely destroy them.
Well, that I agree with because I think they play like Atlanta or like something like that, like a decent team again. The Bills.
Atlanta.
Yeah, Bills.
The next one's on our list.
Yeah, Atlanta. And your list, you're going all over the place.
I'm going right down your spreadsheet. What you talking about?
I already tried talking about. You cut me off. You're a cutter. You're a cutter offer. The Panthers and Falcons. Falcons, Cousins, obviously. Obviously Cousins.
Yeah, against the lowly Panthers.
Yeah, and then Bills and Jets. I got the Bills. We got the Bills. I mean, so we got $6 bets on football plus the Lynx, baby. The Lynx are gonna take out the Liberty, man. We got it. We triggered the double or nothing WNBA bet that was promised. This is happening. As promised, as teased. We are following through on a tease. So you can't call us a tease. We follow through here. We go for it. I have the Minnesota Lynx. He has the New York Liberty. And yes, we do not know how many games are in the series. I think it's 5, but it could be 7.
I want to say it's 7.
Is it?
I will Google this.
I don't know. Let's ask Larry Clark.
Oh, stop it.
Enough.
WNBA Finals. Here we go. WNBA Finals are... Come on, what's the format? No, you were right. It is still a best of 5.
Well, they try to get it in before the NBA starts because no one cares anymore after that, right? Is that what I think people will start caring. I still think people would rather watch playoff anything than like first 3 weeks NBA. I don't know, but NBA, we got a couple weeks before we have to get into that quagmire, right?
When does the NBA start? Let's see.
October 24th.
Red Wings are up 1-0.
Let's go, I guess. Can they tie?
Stop cheering for my Detroit teams.
Can they tie in a shootout?
I don't know when the NBA starts, but not this week.
It's the 24th or the 25th or 26th of October. That I do know. Yeah.
It's the 22nd.
Oh, does it start in like Istanbul or some shit?
Look at these matchups for opening day. We got New York at Boston and Minnesota at the Lakers.
Oh, I got Minnesota and I got Boston.
Yeah.
Because Karl Anthony Towns going to have to guard like Porzingis out there, man. We're going to get into that more again. Okay, so we got Z's Bets, sponsored by signupexpert.com/$bets. It's called Bets with a Z is the segment. So I had a free $10 thing. Like they do this thing where you do like whatever you bet. If it's a max of $10, they'll give you your bet back, sort of, but you have to do it all at once. So I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? Oh, a single game parlay? First off, if you're listening, do not do those. However, I did one. And it's just like I took Seattle to plus 7.5, and I took Kenneth Walker to score, and I took some like yardage props for Walker and DK and JSN just to get that, because it's a free $10. And then that's when I take the freebie is what I take seriously. Always value your bonus bets that come back at you. Value that like gold, it's treasure. It's free money for you to lose, right? That's what they want you to do. Win it. Win it, because you can only sign up through signupexpert.com/$bets once. We get nary another dollar if you just keep losing the same thing. So we want you to win. We do. We don't benefit from you losing. We benefit from you joining. Join it. Okay, so let me think here. I'm going to run through these games that should I stick to only the ones that we have already picked?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're running out of time, so we're gonna do a parlay. Okay. We're gonna do parlay and a hammer play. The hammer play again is the Bears because they're only a 2-point favorite, so take the money line there. We're doing the money line. Hammer is the Bears on the Jaguars because O's gonna lose his dollar, and I'm gonna make him holler with $1. So we got Utah Friday night. Take Utah, Texas, Penn State, BYU, Oregon, Ole Miss, Bears, Texans, Eagles, Steelers, Falcons. Take the Cowboys to plus 7.5 or leave it out if you're a Lions backer like that thinks you're going to win by 2 scores. And then I would consider adding the Bills to it, but maybe, just maybe, this new Jets offense coordinator is worth their shit. So leave that one out. Take those other ones. Go to the bank on whatever. So we're talking units. We'll talk money instead. If you're say you bet $10 to $20 on their parlay, and then you bet $50 at least on the money line. Do that. That's just a nice little chunk change to do that with. Oh, who's gonna win the Super Bowl?
Lions.
I like that. I saw that the Bears were 50-1. I'm gonna look up real quick what the Bears and I mentioned Bears and Cowboys as alternative NFC champions. So I'm gonna see if there's a quick formula they can come up with.
In an alternate universe.
No, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I mean, the weakness is the Cowboys are inconsistent, and the Bears need to shore up their running defense, right? Their rushing defense is something they really, really need to work on, because flat out they do not have a good rushing defense right now. But what do the Lions need to work on? Passing defense. What can the Cowboys do? Pass. What can the Bears do? Suddenly pass. Okay, so here we go. The Super Bowl conference winner. Lions are plus 4.5, 450. Cowboys are plus 1,200, and the Bears are plus 2,500. So here's what you do.
Oh, no.
What's wrong?
Cleveland just took the lead.
Oh, no! Cleveland sucks! All right. Lions are plus 450 on DraftKings. Well, that as an example. So if your main play is you think the Lions are all right, give me a number that you want to win. What's a number of money, of units of money that you would like to win on this bet? We're just giving them a little coaching here.
$300.
$300. Okay. So if you want to with $300, you put like 100 on the Lions at plus 450, and then you take. Okay, the Cowboys are 12. 50 on the Cowboys at 12-1. And 50 on the Bears? That would get you. That would get it to you. No, wait. Shit. Oh, I'm blowing it. The Lions are 450. So if you would 100,
I hope your math teacher is not listening right now.
We're probably dead, dude. They're all dead. All right. Just take the Lions. Bye.
Dreaming of the perfect event or longing for a clutter-free space? I'm Stephanie with I'm with Steph, where your vision becomes a reality. From magical weddings to transformative home organizing, we bring you expertise and passion to every project. Whether you're planning a grand celebration or seeking peace through organization, we tailor our services to meet your unique needs. I'm with Steph. To explore our services and connect with me directly, visit I'mWithSteph.com. Mention ElectraCast for a 20% discount.
Hi, I'm Geraldine Glass, and I'm excited to share a new healing music offering, an extended version song called Joy Reboot, a unique fusion of pop, classic, rap, soundscapes, and funk to inspire collaboration and bring unity through sound. For us, Joy Reboot is music medicine, out now with ElectraCast Records.
ElectraCast.